this.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Reading Time with Jarvis. I'm your host, Matthew Jarvis, and today we want to look at one of my new favorite books. So as longtime listeners know, I still read 3 to 5 books a month, and I read this book just recently, and it's moved to the top of my list, and I'm also buying several copies of it to give out to people. And that book is Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb. Now, I was hesitant to read this book because Nassim got fame by writing the book The Black Swan, which I found to be quite dry and a little overdrawn. Just really wasn't a big fan. So I was hesitant to read this book, but once I got started on it, I absolutely loved it, could not set it down. In addition to making very good points, Nassim now has enough fame and money that he can take shots at really anybody he wants. So he really didn't hold back. The book was quite edgy, which I enjoyed. Maybe it will rub your politics the wrong way. Book I very much enjoyed. Key takeaways from this book, and one of the reasons I was really drawn to this is Nassim really highlights this idea that only people who have skin in the game should be making decisions, and these are the only people from whom you should be taking advice. What does that mean? It means if someone tells you to do X, Y, or Z, and the outcome of that advice has no impact on them, an example would be a politician arbitrarily deciding regulations. Those regulations do not impact them. Therefore, they have no skin in the game. Therefore, whatever they say, no matter how well intended, is going to be bad advice, or at least odds are it will be bad advice. This plays in nicely with the third rule of the perfect RIA, which is do what works. A corollary of that is to only take advice from people who are doing what works. And in fact, my favorite quote out of this book is, quote, "Those who talk should do, and only those who do should talk," end quote. Key takeaways. Number one, only take advice from people who have skin in the game. Ideally, directly have skin in your game, as in if your business succeeds, they succeed. If your business fails, they fail. But at a minimum, people have reputation risk. In other words, people who, if they give you advice that doesn't work, it reflects poorly on them. So at least they have some indirect skin in the game. But ideally, people have direct skin in the game. Takeaway number two, if you can't find someone who has skin in your game, take advice from people who have skin in their own game. Something that Micah and I love about the Perfect RA podcast, and again, maybe this is patting ourselves on the back, we're only talking about things that are actually working in our practice right now. Our industry, every industry is so full of self-proclaimed experts who tell you what should work, but have no proof of their own that it doesn't work. Takeaway number three, the reason that governments, bureaucracies, industry associations, any organization gives bad advice or goes in a bad direction is that the people that are making the decisions are not directly tied to the results. They're not accountable for the outcome. Surround yourself with people who are accountable for the outcome. And anytime you run into somebody who's not accountable, go ahead and send them a copy of this book, Skin in the Game. Alrighty, in the immortal words of Nacho Libre, go away. Read some books.
Hold on before we go. Something that you need to know. This isn't tax, legal, or investment advice. That isn't our intent. Information designed to change lives. Financial planning can make you thrive. Start today, don't think twice. Be a better husband, father, mother, and wife. The perfect RIA, the perfect RIA.